I see dead people.
Chapter 1, Where It All Began.
Kendrick Lamar was born in Compton, California on June 17, 1987. Kendrick was raised in poverty and was homeless at some points in his childhood. At the age of 5, Kendrick witnessed a teenager get murdered in a drive-by shooting, making him realize that violence was something he would be forced to adjust to at a very young age.
Chapter 2, Adolescence.
One of Kendrick's earliest memories is watching Tupac and Dr. Dre film a music video with his father, leading to Tupac becoming one of Kendrick's greatest influences. Kendrick's interest in hip-hop music originated from him sneaking into his parents' house parties. In the 7th grade, Kendrick's teacher introduced him to poetry, and Kendrick began songwriting.
Chapter 3, Now.
After high school, Kendrick befriended David Free and signed under the label Top Dog Entertainment and began releasing mixtapes. He released his first album, Section 80, in 2011. In 2012, he released his next album, Good Kid, Mad City, and the lead single Swimming Pools (Drink) hit the Billboard Top 20. When the album released, it hit the top 2 on the Billboard Hot 200 and is still on the charts to this day. In 2017, Kendrick released his album Damn, and in 2018, this album became the first album by a solo artist to have every track receive a gold certification from the RIAA. His tour for the album, the Damn Tour, became one of the highest grossing tours for any hip-hop artist in history. Damn won the Pulitzer Prize for Music in April of 2018, marking the first time a musical composition outside of classical and jazz genres won the award. In 2025, Kendrick headlined the Super Bowl halftime show, which became the highest-watched Super Bowl halftime, breaking Michael Jackson's record 32 years prior. Kendrick Lamar is currently the most awarded Grammy-winning rapper with 27 Grammys after winning 5 Grammys in 2026. I'm the biggest hypocrite of 2015. When I finish this, if you listen, then sure you will agree. This plot is bigger than me. It's generational hatred. It's geneticism, it's grimy little justification. I'm African American, I'm African. I'm black as the heart of a freaking Aryan. I'm black as the name of Tyrone and Darius. Excuse my French, but frick you. No, frick you all. That's as blunt as it gets. I know you hate me, don't you? You hate my people. I can tell 'cause it's threats when I see you. I can tell 'cause your way's deceitful. No, I can tell because you in love with that desert eagle. Thinking maliciously he can get a chain, then you gon' bleed him. It's funny how Zulu and Xhosa might go to war, two tribal armies that want to build and destroy. Remind me of those Compton Crip gangs that live next door, beefing with pirates, only death settle the score. So don't matter how much I say I like to preach with the Panthers, or tell Georgia State Marcus Garvey got all the answers, or try to celebrate February like it's my birthday.
Before this project, my knowledge about Kendrick Lamar mostly came from the public conflict between him and Drake, and so my opinion about him was very superficial. Instead, during this assignment, I got the opportunity to read several of his songs' lyrics and to discover in a different way this artist. Something I noticed is that there are two categories of his songs. There is a group of songs that are very meaningful and very deep in the way they are written and for the themes they talk about, and another group that is completely different. If I have to consider the album To Pimp a Butterfly, I can see that there are many songs that talks about important themes such as identity, personal struggle, racism, or social pressure, and they also uses literary devices such as imagery or symbolism in general. To make an example, I want to consider the song You to the album I mentioned before, and in these songs, I took a quote that is, you preach in front of 1,000, but you never reach her, and he uses the antithesis to analyze how he's been successful in life, but at the same time, he wasn't that impactful on the life of the person he cared the most, so his sister. He had the opportunity to sing in front of many people, but never managed to help her when she needed him, and so this really describes his personal struggle. And I can understand why many people consider him a poet due to this type of songs. But at the same time, there are other songs that are very superficial and talks about classic rap songs themes, such as fame or money, or talks about women in a way that is a kind disrespectful. Indeed, they consider women only as objects for male sexual pleasure. And this contrast seems uneven to me, and it's kind of upsetting. And the only explanation I can give to myself is that sometimes he has to fit the expectations of the music industry, and even if he has to sacrifice his artistic ability.
Okay, hello, this is my critique. I think Kendrick Lamar does a really good job at putting his emotions and feelings into words. And I think he somehow takes like really hard topics and like not great stuff, and he somehow turns it into like a beautiful song, which I think is it's a really powerful thing, because it like catches the audience's attention and it makes people want to listen, and it shows like you can take something bad and find beauty in it, if you get what I'm trying to say. And then also a literary device that I see that he uses a lot is alliteration, and he does this to like emphasize what he's trying to say. So I forgot the exact words, but like in The Black of the Berry, one of the parts he says like pain, power, and then something else with a P, and that really stuck out to me because it was just so attention grabbing, and I feel like it really brought to light like the like violence and the like he's trying to get across, you know? And yeah, I think his work is really impressive, and I think he does a really, really good job at using his talent and his ability to make music to spread a bigger meaning, I guess, like to help advocate for things that he cares about. And I think, yeah, it's a really good quality to have.
Simile, the comparison of two things for emphasis, using words like or as. Used in his song The Black of the Berry, he says, I'm as black as the moon. I'm as black as the moon is used to describe a hidden or misunderstood aspect of blackness, comparing it to the dark side of the moon. Anaphora, the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive lines, used in his song Fear to create a rhythmic and panic tone. Irony, expressing one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite. Used in his song Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, specifically in the lines, because you tried to change your life and now you live in a wheelchair, demonstrating situational irony. Lamar uses poetry as a way to express his emotions and traumas due to generational struggle, legacy, survivor's guilt, trauma, racism, rage, violence, and vulnerability. He expresses these ideas through vivid imagery, intricate rhyme schemes, storytelling, repetition, and blunt words. His purpose is to be a representation of Black voices and to promote self-reflection, emotional vulnerability, and resilience.
When are we going to understand that we are put on earth to love? That's all it's about. Everybody want to figure out how complicated life is and break it down. This is what I truly think. I really think that it's going to keep going on. War going to keep going on. Frustration going to keep going on. Anger going to keep going on till we finally go back down to the simplest word, love.